We encounter today perhaps one of the most recognizable of all stories in the gospel. A story often referred to as the prodigal son or the forgiving father. It's a unique parable, and one that I think we all know because of experiences or situations that we've encountered, movies that we've seen, plays that we've encountered, books that we've read. You know, where sort of there's one rebellious member of the family who goes off and disregards the respect and the love of the family, only to find himself at some point in time, or herself, in the gutter with nothing, and returns home, and parents willing to welcome them back, but perhaps siblings not so much. I've probably read or reflected on this parable thousands of times. I know I've preached on it many, many times. But it was leading up to today, I was thinking about this parable, and something clicked for me that I had never made a connection with before. And it has to do with the older son. There's a passage in Paul's letter to the Romans in his 8th chapter, right towards the end of the chapter, where where Paul runs through this little litany of things that could get in the way of our relationship with God. But as he finishes the chapter, he says, from his perspective, nothing will separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus. And I've always thought in my prayer and my reflection on those little verses, that Paul missed something, that there is something that separates us from God. And I think our older son shows us that today. We get in the way of God. We separate ourselves from God. You know, the younger son separated himself from his father and his family, but he had enough humility. He had enough trust and faith in his father's love to return, to become part of the family again. Yet as the story ends, the older son is still standing outside, separating himself from the father's love, from his brother's love, from being part of the family. And I think that's maybe a good reflection for us today. What do we do? How do we struggle in our relationship with God? And what times do we separate ourselves from God? Maybe as we journey in this midst of the midpoint of Lent, we might say, maybe I need to be humble again. Maybe I need to trust in the love and the mercy and the compassion of God to reconnect. You know, St. Paul in his letter to the Corinthians, our second reading today, says, always be reconciled with God. Maybe this is our opportunity to trust in that relationship, to trust in that love.